In today's interconnected world, the security of critical infrastructure is paramount. These vital systems and assets underpin our daily lives, from essential services like electricity and water to healthcare, finance, and communication networks. Recognizing the importance of protecting these crucial sectors, the Australian government enacted the Security of Critical Infrastructure Act 2018, or SOCI Act. This legislation provides a comprehensive framework to manage risks and enhance the security of critical infrastructure assets across the nation. The SOCI Act aims to safeguard Australia's national interests by mitigating the risk of disruptions or attacks that could have significant economic, social, or environmental consequences. Initially, the Act focused on traditional sectors such as energy, transportation, and communications. It established a regulatory framework for identifying and protecting critical assets within these sectors. The Act mandates that organizations responsible for these assets implement robust security measures to identify, prevent, and mitigate potential threats. This includes developing risk management programs, implementing security controls, and reporting security incidents to relevant authorities. The SOCI Act also grants the government certain powers to intervene in cases where there is a significant risk to critical infrastructure. These powers are designed to be used as a last resort, and only when necessary to protect national security or the Australian public. However, the evolving threat landscape, particularly the rise of cyber attacks, prompted the Australian government to review and strengthen the SOCI Act. This led to significant amendments in both 2020 and 2024, expanding the scope of the legislation and introducing new security measures to address emerging threats. These amendments reflect the government's commitment to staying ahead of the curve in protecting Australia's critical infrastructure from a rapidly evolving threat environment. The 2020 and 2024 amendments to the SOCI Act mark a significant step in strengthening Australia's cyber resilience. The expanded scope and enhanced security measures demonstrate the government's proactive approach to safeguarding the nation's critical assets in an increasingly interconnected and digital world. The year 2020 marked a significant turning point in Australia's approach to critical infrastructure security. Recognizing the growing interconnectedness of various sectors and the increasing sophistication of cyber threats, the government introduced amendments to the SOCI Act to broaden its scope and enhance its effectiveness. These amendments brought 4 additional sectors under the purview of the legislation: financial services, health, higher education, and data storage. The inclusion of these sectors reflects the critical role they play in Australia's economy, society, and national security. Financial services underpin economic stability, healthcare systems are essential for public well-being, higher education institutions are crucial for innovation and national competitiveness, and data storage facilities hold vast amounts of sensitive information. Recognizing the potential impact of disruptions to these sectors, the 2020 amendments subjected organizations operating within them to the same rigorous security obligations as those in the original sectors covered by the SOCI Act. However, the legislative landscape continued to evolve. In 2024, the Australian government introduced further amendments to the SOCI Act as part of a comprehensive cybersecurity legislative package. These amendments aim to address the increasing frequency and sophistication of cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure. One of the key changes introduced in 2024 was the expansion of the definition of critical infrastructure assets to include data storage systems holding business-critical data. This amendment recognizes the vital role that data plays in the operations of modern organizations and the devastating consequences that could arise from a data breach or disruption. By bringing these systems under the SOCI Act, the government aims to ensure that organizations take appropriate measures to secure their data and protect it from cyber threats. The 2024 amendments also provided the government with expanded powers to manage consequences arising from incidents impacting critical infrastructure. Section 3. Navigating the new cybersecurity rules, reporting, oversight, and device security. Section 4. Strengthening Australia's cyber resilience, recommendations for organizations.